So
Joe Biden's been giving speeches, and he's on the same agency as me. Not funny.
Not a lot of takers, it looks like, for Joe Biden's speeches.
Joe Biden struggles to land speaking gigs with asking price of $300K an appearance.
Which is a deal. Obama charges $400.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you'd think that Biden would be almost less than half of.
I mean, that always just used to be the thing where you're like, that's like the cushy.
That's your
gig.
payback.
Yeah, that's why you like take a job making $380K a year as the
because when you leave, you can work one weekend, do a Thursday to Sunday run, and walk away with $1 million.
Oh yeah, exactly.
But Biden, there is a point where it's like he's got a lot of money. He's old as fuck.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, Joe, take a break.
I know. It's hard though, man. It's like some of those guys.
Well, I think Jill's trouncing him out there. Jill's
Probably.
like, I filled up. He's like, so can I go to the beach? He's like, I filled your schedule up with speaking engagements.
You got lots of speaking engagements.
And I got bad news for you. The $300K wasn't taken, so you have to do twice as many.
Ugh.
We did a 2-for-1 discount, so you're fucking on the road. He's putting him on the road like a 80s road hack comic.
I know. It's Frankie Valli or something. Just cranking out the hits. Yeah, that sucks.
Dude, he has to put together his speech and stuff. Well, maybe he doesn't put together his speech.
No.
Someone just gives it to him. But he's on CAA, which is, it's funny that they just rep everyone, like, Jordan Peterson. And mostly it's about the individual agent. So a lot of times people will point to those things and they were like mad when Jordan Peterson was on it, and there'll be this guy and the agency does this, but you're like, in reality, the agency hires agents, and the agents are allowed to sign who they want.
Whoever they want. And if there's money in it, then they're like, go ahead, I guess.
I think that maybe they have to approve it or whatever. I actually listened to the biography of the guy who founded CIA.
Yeah.
It is an interesting. He was sort of saying like it's a cutthroat, obviously game, right? But he was like talking about how he's
is that Ari Emanuel?
No, there's actually multiple people, but his name is something else.
Something Jewy.
What do you think? But he worked at the other one, then he left and started CIA, which came the big one or whatever. But he was like, the hardest part about an agent, he was just like the fucking. Like 14 hours of lunches and dinner, like every event, everything.
Right,
you really got to be out there, and especially when you're busy. And then one thing he said, at the high level, it's like it's this interesting kind of job where you're kind of like, some of these guys are making like $10 million a year, yet you're like a babysitter. Mm-hmm. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. It's like agent, like, you think of it more of like, the classic, like, you're like almost like a lawyer douchebag kind of guy, but in reality, a lot of it is like dealing with like some woman calling them being like they didn't have peanuts in the fucking room, and you have like a lot of what they deal with. It's like, it's funny being like this rich guy that lives in this huge house in the hills, and then you wake up at 6 a.m. because your client's mad because the wardrobe makes her look fat.
Or
like
they're like, I went to the wrong fucking, like, the two cities with the same name. And I'm in the wrong one.
Yeah, you're dealing with, that's even touring. Yeah, but you're dealing with all these like logistical bullshit of like actors who are like
just fucking divas.
Yeah, it's a weird like low level thing to be doing for such a high rich profession, if that makes sense.
Sure.
There's no other real jobs like that where it's like you're making that much money, but like you're just like cleaning up like little baby diaper messes, like essentially. It's like you're like the most expensive nanny of all time, But then obviously there's the wheeling and dealing component. But anyways, Biden, it's not working out for him.
No, not a huge demand.
It's just funny to me that it feels like this is something that like Jill's sending him out for.
Who would want to listen to him speak? I get he's the president, but
I guess like
you're like, you just got fucking
like a huge lib tech company or something.
Yeah, but it's like you just got trounced. It's like you're fucking been dragged. Like, you went out like pretty bad.
But I think you're right. They don't do this. No one wants this to happen. The guy doesn't want to do it. The place doesn't want to hire you.
I mean, this is an owed favor. Bill Clinton was like, Bill Clinton went out on top for the most part. It's like 2 terms.
What? Well, Bill Clinton went out on top
in the sense that he
went out disgraced pussy hound.
He wasn't that disgraced. It's like that was like in I don't know.
I feel like he had the most stink out of anyone. He was like, it was like a laughing stock story.
I don't think he was a laughing stock. Like, he had his thing, but like for the most part, like when he left, it's like the economy was
You
good.
think he left month after getting his dick sucked in the office? He was already in demand.
Yeah. He was famously doing like those fucking, dude, he was doing like the 250K a pop in the 90s. Yeah. Like when he went out, it was just like gangbusters for him.
Yeah,
because they liked him. It was like there's an element where you're just like this, where people are like, yeah, I want to be in like.
He had actual fans.
Yeah, like he had the Riz.
But that's like a lot of them had that. Like, is he more than
like Obama? Same thing. Like Obama left, or like Obama was probably like turning down 500K.
Oh, Obama 500K, was fucking printing speech money.
Turning down. People are just like, yeah, I just want to like.
I think Bush was turning down speech money. He was probably getting big oil fucking speaking gigs.
He was getting good gigs too. I mean,
but I think they all were. That's where I was saying, like, I think Clinton was a little less. I think Biden's probably the worst in modern history in terms of like.
Oh, for sure. I mean, dude, if you're like, you want
a 90-year-old man
you're
coming?
Goldman Sachs, and you're like, we have Joe Biden coming to speak today. You're like, fuck off. I don't want to do that. I want to go golfing.
Yeah, no one cares.
Yeah, nobody cares.
And this is your big treat.
Yeah, and
you're like, how about this? However much you were paying him, split it up between us.
And like, what are you going to talk about? Just like fucking the same 4 anecdotes you told us about corn pop and shit. You're like, nobody cares.
He doesn't really have a good thing to say. Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna be like, Trump's a dictator. You're like, shut up.
Someone wants to hear that though.
Someone does.
Like the people that are at the Carney conferences, you know?
Yeah. Like there will be someone who does, like maybe someone in Delaware or some shit where he bigs up Delaware.
Plus, there was an awkward moment just this week when Biden referred to black children as colored kids during a speech.
That happens too, and that's pretty awkward. I mean, if anything,
he was at a disability rights conference in Chicago. That's where they get it. Yeah. It's a charity, so he basically has these charities that are printing money. By the way, if you're giving money to charity and they're spending it on $300,000 for Biden to come speak at a gala,
I mean, I guess if you like, it's those $10,000
called them colored kids,
$10,000 dinner plate or whatever, and then it's like, we like,
But the ex-president speaking,
you get the former president. I guess that's something.